I've heard you say, Alan, that you believe he's a schizophrenic. Why do you say that? What does that mean?
Well, first of all, let's get clear that the evidence is increasingly concrete, that this is not someone who was driven largely by political motivations. So let's take it through a roadmap of why, with the caveat that we haven't seen him in the flesh, there's such ubiquitous evidence that suggests that this is someone with schizophrenia. Number one, we've looked at these videos with the strange and twisted logic.
The YouTube videos.
The YouTube videos, and people have pored over them wondering, does this show he's on the left or he's on the right? Well, it doesn't show either. What it shows is the incoherence, the twisted thinking, and the neologisms, the coined words, that are classic signs of what is called formal thought disorder, one of the hallmarks of schizophrenia. And if you went into any schizophrenic unit, from when I began at Yale all the way to the hospitals here in town, you would see writing just like this. That's number one.
Is that a paranoid schizophrenic, or is there a difference?
Well, formal thought disorder is present in all forms of schizophrenia. But the next feature, which is very clear, is a part of paranoid schizophrenia, and it's very important to the shooting that occurred, and that is delusions. Delusions are false beliefs that are bizarre. If you look at his writings, which, as we've seen in Secret Service reports about such shootings, writings are very valuable indicators of state of mind. Loeffner stated that he believed that his mind was being controlled. He stated that he believed that the government was listening in on him. Again, textbook demonstrations of delusions of persecution.
So these are signs we should be looking for in individuals like this.
If you see these writings, they are clear indicators that this person has a very high probability of suffering from a psychotic illness.
Is it also a clear indicator that this person could become violent?
Well, let's talk about that. You are asking the questions that are most important, because the third indicator, which is this disruptive behavior that he showed in the classroom at Pima Community College. 5 times they had to call the campus police, and the behavior was not this kind of opportunistic antisocial behavior. It was strange, bizarre, so strange that his algebra teacher feared that if he turned his back, remember before the shooting, that he would actually be shot by Loeffner with an automatic rifle. This is someone who's having a psychotic break, and there was a witness, a friend of Loeffner's or an acquaintance, who knew him during the years of 19 to 22, the age he is now, and said that he underwent a radical change.
So what makes a schizophrenic, even a paranoid schizophrenic, become dangerous?
It isn't even a paranoid schizophrenic, but it's especially a paranoid schizophrenic. Schizophrenics as a whole are not dangerous. A psychopath would be more dangerous, but a paranoid is afraid more than anything else, Wolf, that someone is out to get them.
Are they hearing things, people talking to them in their brains?
Some have hallucinations and some have delusions, but the key here and the connection to Giffords is that if someone believes that the government is out to get them in a delusional way, that it's filling their mind and running through their mind, and around them is rhetoric, which is hostile and chaotic, research shows that it makes the symptoms worse, that because they are paranoid and believe that people are out to get them, they believe in the threat, and in that case, they act on it. And that's what I believe. There's a strong chance.
The tragedy here is that with the proper medication, these people can be treated and live relatively normal lives.
Well, a very interesting point. Arizona, unlike many other states, has a very unique law. And the law states that any person, a faculty member, a teacher, can petition the state to have a psychiatric evaluation done. No one did this. If this had been done, or if a friend, a counselor, a teacher had taken him to a parent had taken him to a hospital, there are antipsychotic medications that would have removed the very paranoid delusions that you were talking about, or reduced them in most cases. And I tell you now, having seen these cases for 25 years, if that had occurred, we would not be talking about this tragedy today.
Finally, you're a lawyer, too, in addition to being a psychologist.
Yes.
If his attorney or he pleads innocent on the grounds of insanity, does he have a case? Is he insane?
Look, so that your viewers understand, there is a difference between the medical diagnosis of schizophrenia and the legal standard of insanity. Insanity is a legal word, it's a legal standard. And to boil it down to its essence, it means, did the person know what they were doing was wrong, and did they know the difference between right and wrong? The question is, and this is something that you would have to see him to know, is he so psychotic, if indeed psychotic, and the chances are high, that he did not know that his actions were wrong. And look at his last note that he left on MySpace. He told his friends, "I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me." And that, you can be sure, the prosecution will use as state-of-mind evidence that he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Alan Lipman, thanks very much. Useful information. I want to stress, though, you have not seen him. You don't know him. This is all based on just your observations reading about him.
Not only do you want to stress it, but I want to stress it. And I want to make clear that while this information is available to us, and in schizophrenia gives us particularly useful amount of evidence, there's a strong caveat that I have not seen this individual, but nonetheless, it is compelling information that we should take